You say that this is Europe's moment or potential moment here, and you talk about the unification here, but how unified is Europe? I mean, when you look at what's going on with Italy, obviously with Brexit in the UK and Hungary, I mean, is there enough unification in terms of the mindset to actually get some of these things done?
Well, probably better than normal, to be quite honest. I think the Italian situation has been, from a European perspective, contained with a new pro-European government. Do we have various views on, say, values in, say, Hungary and Poland in comparison to other member states? Yes. Do we have divergence on climate change between the East and the West? Yes. Do we have a divergence with the line that we take with China and the United States? Yes, we do. But, you know, the European Union, the key there is the art of compromise. This is what it's all about. It's a little bit slow, it huffs, puffs and coughs at times, but at the end of the day, it comes with a compromise. So I do think it's unified enough.
All right, so Alex, when we talk about sort of the potential or the need for a little bit more fiscal stimulus, or at least a little bit more fiscal involvement, and you sort of think about what we've heard out of Draghi and other central bankers around the globe, really, not just in Europe, do you think central bankers have enough confidence that they could sort of hand the baton off to the fiscal policymakers?
As I always say, I'm just a humble vice president of an investment bank, and I try to leave the big job of monetary policy and fiscal policy to the central bankers. I think obviously a lot of the central banks, including the ECB, have done and used a lot of the instruments in their toolbox, and now it's up for the governments to try to make that toolbox work. And we in the European Investment Bank are there to facilitate. In other words, we go into projects 50% with a loan, usually quite competitive, and if then the private entities, sovereigns or sub-sovereign, want to join in and help out, we'll be more than glad to help. But I'll leave the job of central bankers to central bankers.
We're going to get a ruling from the Supreme Court here in the UK probably early on next week, it now seems. Let's talk about Brexit for a moment. You don't think a hard Brexit is going to happen, yet the mood music, all I hear is more and more politicians in Europe talking about the fact that a hard Brexit looks like the central case now.
I don't think a hard Brexit will happen. I mean, I think the options are still there. Approve the current deal, well, that's not going to happen. Negotiate a new deal, I think the British government and the European Union is doing that at the moment. The key issue there is the backstop, Ireland and the single market. The third option, of course, is to get an extension. I don't think anyone in their right mind wants this to lead to a hard Brexit, basically chaos. And to be honest, as far as I can interpret UK law, it would be illegal as well.